World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here for a meditation a day. Today is the very last day of 2024, and we're looking forward to going into meditation and just seeing if Spirit has a special message for us today. Teri Angel, I'm so glad that you're here. And friends,
Thank you, Ruth. I'm glad to be here with three little minions that might make some noise while we're on.
that's all right. We're used to minions making noise. All right, so let's just go into meditation. And Teri, I'm going to ask if you wouldn't mind starting us off.
Okay. So let's breathe into our heart center. Just fill your lungs up completely and envision that breath, the breath of life, going right to your heart space. And then release that. And with the next breath, we're just going to see it going down the length of our body and out the bottom of our feet into the earth plane. Just feel all that wonderful nutrients, nutrition, guidance that Mother Gaia has for us, helping us to center and balance right now. And then breathe that back up into your heart. Let it anchor in there. And as it does so, we're going to ask our angels to come in, and I'm going to call in Archangel Ariel to help the little ones to settle their energy. We're calling in Raphael, the angel of healing, Archangel Michael, making this a safe space for us. Archangel Gabriel, bringing us messages and inspiration. And Archangel Uriel, who helped us to ground and center, and now is doing that even more as we breathe into that heart center and watch the breath as our frequency raises higher, up to a higher plane, reaching to the divine and calling in the energy of Divine Mother to surround us, Jesus, the archangels and angels, ascended masters, and our loved ones in spirit. And as we call in all of that beautiful energy, just see it floating back down into the heart, anchoring in with the earth energy. Just take a moment to enjoy that. Feel it flooding our whole entire being, spreading out from us into our aura and out into the world. Just feels so peaceful. Just doing that part, and we're just beginning.
It is so peaceful.
Feels like we're inside of a vacuum. Nothing from the outside that's penetrating.
I just see vast open space. Almost like we're hovering over a desert floor, that kind of vast open space. And as soon as I said that, something started moving from the desert floor.
It looks like a ripple of energy.
Yeah. And what I'm seeing is different forms of the land as the land has changed over time. And we were wondering if they were going to do something about time today. And I'm seeing going back in time quickly as being shown to us through the formation of the land, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is about, at least this part of it is like big picture time. And it happens on the planet no matter who is on the planet. It's not about the who. We're just here for a speck of time. It's really not about the who. We hold on to every single day, every 24 hours, every minute of every hour. And when you look at the bigger picture, it's like a nothing.
Yeah, the angels have always said, we're only here for a minute. What are we going to do with that minute? You know, it does go so fast. And when we look at the grand scheme of all eternity, it really is just a speck, Ruth, just what you were saying, like a speck of sand on the beach. So they had me go there to that speck of sand and look at it and just see all the energy that it holds. Because we don't usually take time to look at that as if we're on a beach or out in the desert. We just see it all mixed together and not the individual specks.
I just heard the word the promise. You said the energy, the promise of that speck.
Mm-hmm. The potential.
Yeah.
You know, so many times we play small and we think I'm just one individual person. What does it matter what I do? Well, what if that speck of sand said that? What if it said it doesn't matter if I'm here on the beach or not? It takes all of those grains of sand to make up the beach or the desert. Each one does matter, just like each of us matters.
When we started this meditation, Teri, I heard put on your big girl panties.
Yeah.
And to me, it's really stepping into all that you can be. Like, don't like show up big, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Be seen, be heard. You know, no more cowering in the corner thinking that doesn't matter if anybody sees you.
Well, this goes hand in hand with your earlier conversation, Teri, about the dog and the couch.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The little dog is a little chihuahua and very low confidence level. Just doesn't think that she can do the things that she wants to do, like get up on the couch to sit by me or sit in my lap. And so she would sit on the floor, which she did this morning, and just whined about it, sat there whining and looking at me. And even when I offered my hand to help, but she still whined because she didn't think she could do it. And then all of a sudden, there she was. She actually accomplished it. So it's thinking that we can't that keeps us limited, keeps us held back and not able to do the things that we want, accomplish what we desire in life. So many lessons coming out today and this last day of the year. And it feels like completion. That's what it feels like to me, that they're showing us completion. And I know we're going into a year of the 9, the completion, but this feels like we need to have this celebration, this ending of what was, to go into a year of potential, the year of seeing ourselves not playing small anymore, but coming out into the spotlight.
I'm laughing, Teri, because they just showed me the pyramids. And we've got these visions in our head of somehow very strong men like dragging these stones into place to build the pyramids. And if they would have gone, yeah, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm tired. We would just have like this massive stones rather than actual pyramids. And how important it is that we come to the table ready to pull the stones.
Mm-hmm. And isn't it interesting also, Ruth, following that same line of thought, that if one person said, I can't, and just stopped bringing the stones forward, how that affects others that are also doing the work and all the emotions that can come forth from that. So when we think that what we're doing or saying or even thinking doesn't matter, doesn't affect others, it really does. It takes a village sometimes to bring a project together and to bring things into the world like peace.
I'm also seeing that there are times when our friends can't do the heavy lifting and we need to take on more ourselves to support them and to keep things moving forward. I just said the human condition. And I think that part is the human condition, that when we can come to the table, we do. And when we need to take on for others, we do. And the times that we need to fall back a little bit and rely on the strength of others, we do. The human condition, it's interesting. They
Yeah,
said, go ahead, Tara.
I think our spirit self is always aware when our body feels like it can't do something or can't perform or is feeling that weakness. And it becomes the cheerleader telling us, yes, you can, and helping us to see our strength inside of us.
One of the other parts of the human condition is our need for rest.
Mm-hmm.
What the saying about when God created the world, the last day he rested.
These human vessels, they need certain things. And, that's just a fact. We need nutrition, we need water, we need rest. And I think we need hope and inspiration. That's a big part of keep going, keep getting up every day and finding your purpose for getting up in that day. Is it just to be, just to exist? Or are you going to make something of each day?
Interesting. Okay, so now what I'm seeing, Terry, the wall calendar with the pages that fly off,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're doing. And they're showing me that 2025 is absolutely gonna fly because they pulled off every page until we got to 2026. That's interesting. And it feels like 2026 is going to be calm in comparison. Like 2026 is grounded, 2025 is, I don't want to say frenetic, but very fast energy.
Mm-hmm. Very fast. And to me, 2025, the vision that they're showing is like a swinging bridge. If you've ever walked across a swinging bridge, they're very interesting because you feel so weebly wobbly on them. And am I going to make it across whatever the bridge is crossing, whether that's water or land? But that's what it feels like we're all finding our footing and realizing that we are safe. But going into this year, like what's going to happen? And I think the important thing is to be open to this year being a year of growth, a year for all of us to come together. That's what my prayer has been, is for unity so that we can bond as a collective and bring in some peace into this world. But walking on a swinging bridge, it's been years since I've done that, but it's an interesting sensation to do so.
Well, I asked, how do we slow down 2025? And they said, no, you're not going to slow it down, but take like a stake and jam it into the ground. And even doing that, I'm just seeing all of this sand just whip right by it. But they're saying to ground, just get yourself grounded, dig that stake into the ground every day,
Mm-hmm.
ground yourself, meditate, put yourself into the word, whatever word that is. If it's for some folks, it's the Bible, other folks, it's other spiritual readings, whatever that is that grounds you. This is the year to ground yourself many, many, many times.
Yes. Affirmations help. Just sometimes hearing the words or speaking the words of your worthiness, that you are loved, you are protected, you are safe. It was interesting because I put on a YouTube video just the other night as I was getting ready to drift off to sleep. And it was Louise Hay. And it was all these affirmations of worthiness, that I'm protected, I'm safe, I'm taken care of. And I actually fell asleep to it and I woke up and it was still going. So it was interesting to just know that had been going into my conscious energy the whole time. And I woke up feeling really good and good about myself. So I think sometimes, even if it's just one affirmation that you can do, just get up and say, it's a great day. It's a great day for me to show up in a powerful way. And I am worthy to do that. Mm.
Very-
Worthy.
Yeah. The other thing that they're showing me is the more people with similar stakes in the ground, like you do your morning event every morning with your family, then the less the sand swirls around you. So surround yourself with like-minded people, ground yourself with them, and the less it's going to seem chaotic around you. You can always come onto Enlightened World Network, watch any of the videos that are on there, ground yourself into those energies with other folks. But it seems like a year that you don't want to be out in the wind by yourself. And also the rest. Resting is coming back in as important.
I think, Ruth, your vision of putting the stake in the ground every day to ground, that's when we feel we're comfortable enough to rest. We think of the animals out in the wild and how they're constantly aware of predators and the elements and things that could be harmful. And if they had that safety, a place to go to be safe, then they can sleep. And it's the same with us. If we feel that we're grounded and safe and okay, then our bodies can relax enough to get the rest that we need. So I think that is so important to feel the grounded energy and to just know that you're okay. And you can say that every day, I'm okay. And if you're not in an okay place, then please get help for that. But if you can say, right in this minute, everything is working perfectly, there's nothing wrong, I'm okay, then it just does something to where your whole body can relax and you can get the rest that's needed.
And you can shut the door and just ignore whatever is happening around you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really a good way to go this coming year.
Yes.
Close out all of that din. That's so funny. They're just showing me ways to close out the din. They're saying if you don't normally read, why don't you take up reading? If you don't normally listen to music, why don't you start listening to music? Like do things to occupy your own brain rather than just sucking up everything around you.
I like that. Do something out of the ordinary, something out of your comfort zone.
And it's going to be a loud year. And just because it's loud around you doesn't mean you have to listen to it. Good year for introverts. Just go inward. When they show me that of just going inward and the reading and the music and just focusing inward instead of on everything that's out around you, it gets very quiet. It's like an underground bunker out in the desert. You're holed up, holed in, and you don't even know what's happening around you outside.
Right.
Terry, can you feel that calm, that peace?
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's interesting, Ruth. You were saying to just stay focused on the inside. And when we shut out all that distraction and all the things that are showing up, that we can squirrel and look away from what's real. Um, I've noticed that with the dogs, and I was just thinking they can see out the window to the street, and that's when they become annoyed or irritated when they see other dogs or other people. And if they didn't have that view, they would stay calm.
Right.
They wouldn't get upset because something was invading their space, according to them. And you've got dogs. I think you understand
Yeah.
that way of thinking. That if they don't see it, then there's no upset. They just stay calm and peaceful in their own place, in their own home, knowing that they are safe and there's nothing that's going to invade that space. And we're the same way. If we're not looking constantly at all of the conflict and the contrast in the world, then we can see that we are safe, that we're okay. Hmm. The
Great.
dogs are teaching a lot of lessons today.
And Michael is showing us to remember that the angels are always there right with us for support and guidance. A big year coming up for building community,
Mhm.
building your own method of staying grounded. If it's not part of your practice now, this is the perfect year for it to become part of your practice.
Yeah, it really is. And you can set that intention. It's like this morning I was asking my spiritual family, what's your intention? What do you want to see? And looking at this year and how you showed up or didn't show up, how do you want it to be different next year? Intentions are powerful.
Yeah, let me just ask if there's anything more. I don't think there's anything more for us right now. Do you? Are you getting
Yeah,
anything else?
I think we are complete. Yeah, what a wonderful way to end out the meditations of this year. Um, for anyone who's maybe watching for the first time, Enlightened World Network offers a meditation every day. They're called A Meditation a Day, and you can find them on Facebook and YouTube.
Thank you for that, Teri. Yeah, put your big girl panties on.
Get ready.
All right. Thank you, Teri, so much. And friends, thank you for being here. We've been doing this for 4 years now, maybe 5 actually, and we're going to do it again for another year. So we're glad you're here with us and take good care. God bless. We'll see you in the new year.